the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina for the second race of the 2022 Custom Cup first official season. Yesterday in Chicago, we all flew down here, and yesterday in Chicago, because we try to get a couple races a weekend in the Custom Cup. Yesterday in Chicago, Ashton Murphy dominated the race, led almost every lap, and especially after the first pit stop, her pit crew got it done that day. We'll see if she can try to do it again, or if someone like the 19 or the 11, both probably almost as fast as the 48 last week, can try to do what she did last week. Track info and drivers to watch for coming your way next. 31 cars, 62 degrees, and windy to the northeast. A 1.017 mile D-shaped oval with 25 degrees of banking in 3 and 4, 22 degrees of banking in 1 and 2. So very interesting track shape, very interesting banking in the curved front stretch for the track. It's almost a tri-oval, but not a tri-oval. Now, we're going to go trackside for drivers to watch for. Strong taking home third. She qualifies sixth. Let's see if Kelsey Hemmer can get it done in Rockingham today. Good track to do it early in the year. Very different track, so some people might not know how to handle it, but she seems like she has it down, starting sixth in today's race. Second, qualified second last week. He starts third this week. It's Addison Stone trying to get his first win of the year early in the year. Again, good track to do it. Some people haven't figured it out yet, but he seems like he has it down. Now we're going to go trackside for the command to fire the engines and start the second race of the season. 31 cars will make this way around this 1.017 mile D-shaped oval as we get ready to go racing from North Carolina as they all peel off pit road and up the banking down the back straightaway. Jake Hemmer and Terry Hansen will lead them. Coming through turns 3 and 4, they'll make their way to the green flag for a 59-lap race around this 1.017 mile racetrack, so about 60 miles today. As the pace car peels off pit road and down into the D-shaped tri-oval. Quite a drive to get to the green flag, and the green flag is in the air. We are underway from North Carolina. They're going to be side by side coming into the turn 1. 19, not going to be aggressive, not going to try to make it 3 wide. Coming into turns 1 and 2, the 3 is going to get a huge run, going to clear the 24. Does he slide up in front of the 24? He's going to stay down there with help from the 19 and run in the middle, coming down the back straightaway. A lot of swerving around in the back, but the 3 is going to steal the lead as the 24 gets stuck on the high line. Everyone training on the inside as expected early in the race. The 19 gets all the way to the bumper. The 3 is going to peel to the inside, and he's going to probably take the spot because the inside is so much faster here right now. As you can see, easily going to drive by the 3. Going to clear him down the back straightaway, stays low, and go up and then back down into the corner just to make sure the 3 doesn't dive bomb up the inside. Now off of turns 3 and 4, once again, the 19 with the lead and starts to build a little bit of a gap on the 3. Easily the fastest lap of the race that time around. You can see the 48 struggling back here. Way back near the back. Getting past for last place. So struggles from the 48. Maybe Chicagoland was her place, but North Carolina isn't. The 4 of Ethan Hansen. He started 8th, and he is up to 7th. He's down 1 spot. And Terry Hansen, he dropped like this last week, too, losing 3 spots on 1 lap. And the battle is for 3rd. J.C. Colagiovanni was quiet but strong last week. Sliding into turns 3 and 4. You see Ashton Murphy really struggling back here in last. And the 20 is going to take that spot. And the fastest car on the racetrack last lap was Stone, who has that clean air with the 24.61. As you can see, Murphy's going to finally get a spot back. Maybe 2. As the 19, not a huge lead, but it is decent gap. No pressure coming from the 3 right now. Down the back straightaway, they're getting more and more spaced out the longer into this race we go, but not in the back. They're side by side still back here, and they have been for the entire race. On board with the 14. Trying of Alibrandi. Gavin Alibrandi didn't say his name at all last week. And into turns 1 and 2, is going to get the dive bomb. And is going to clear the 42 with a nice pass. Coming down the back straightaway, side by side here, the 15. Trying to get around the 41. But you can't make moves on the outside as Terry Hansen back to the bumper, the 4. The 4 is up into 5th. And the 11 is by the 20 in the 3rd. Now the 15 is dropping, because look at this. He's getting freight trained right now. Nothing he can do. And tires starting to go down. Pit stops came pretty early at Chicagoland, so expect that again. And unlike Chicagoland, if we get a really long green flag rut, probably won't happen, but if we go green flag this entire race, we might get lap traffic by the end. Game keeps freezing sometimes. I have a little bit of a cold. The 19 has led all the laps but 1 and is extending his lead up to 9/10 of a second, almost a second. 0.98 seconds. As the 11's up to the bumper of the 3. When does she make his move? Kelsey Hammer trying to get around Jake Hammer. There's the dive bomb to the inside. Can the 11 get under the 3? In turns 3 and 4. The outside's starting to pick up a little bit of speed. You can see the 3 can fight up on that outside now. The farther into this run we go. The 11's going to outbrake the 3 into 1 and 2 and is going to clear him. Now the 3 has to get down before the 20 gets there, which he does. You can see Terry Hansen working his way back up through the field. He got by the 4. The 4 ain't going to get anything going, trying to sneak his way back up, and he is going to take 26th away, so he is starting to make a couple moves here. Up to the front now. Good long run speed for the 48 maybe. Keeps doing this like once or twice a lap. As the 3 now under pressure from the 20, and the 11's long gone from them. Now the 11's trying to run down Addison Stone. It was a 1/10.5 faster that lap. So Hammer, fastest car on the track right now, as the 3 is going to get trained here. And it's going to drop all the way back down into 6th. With Ethan Hansen quietly in the top 5 almost all race. You can see how spaced out they are starting to get. No side-by-side action anymore. Fully single file. The 16 is going to think about making a move around the 6 on the outside. The 6 really slow into the corner. But it's going to outdrive the 16, and this might not even, this is going to hurt him and not be even, because the 33 of Brooks Hansen might sneak by the 16 in turns 3 and 4. We haven't had a single caution yet in the Custom Cup. Haven't seen one wreck the entire season yet, but we haven't raced at very exciting tracks yet, but we are going to be getting there. Especially a couple weeks when we hit up Talladega. Next week is going to be Bristol. That'll be fun. As Stone continuing to lead, but this 11 keeps gaining on him. As top 5 starting to split up, and the 6 dropping back. And Terry Hansen started on the front row, finally getting that speed back up into 3rd. Fastest car on the track. 27.012, 26.815. Terry Hansen is one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest overall car on the track right now. As the lead is down a half a second for Stone. Terry Hansen's trying to join the party now too. He's about 2 seconds behind the 11, but Now the 4 gets some clean air. Once you get ahead of the pack, you're on your own, like the 19 was, and now the 11 was. Look how much faster they are than the guys in traffic. Whole half second, even a second faster than the guys that are in traffic trying to avoid crashing into each other, and they are getting close. That 33 is falling like a rock. Ashton Murphy got stuck on the outside, dropping back. She's best is 25th, worst is last, 31st. As Terry Hansen is good by about a second on the 4 on Ethan Hansen, and is slowly but surely barely running down the leaders. And how long till our first pit stops? We're approaching. Here they come right now, a third of the way through the race. So you can barely make it on 2 stops, but you might have to take 3. But if you get a caution this race, you have to take 3. It looks like the majority are going to follow them down, but some people are staying out. I'm not counting many cars staying out, though. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars staying on the racetrack. Our pole sitters on the pits, too. Can anyone beat the 19 off the pits? The 11's pretty far back in his box, but pulled in just after the 19. The 19's going to pull out way ahead of the rest of the field. And the 11's going to follow. Hansen will pull out in 3rd. Here comes everyone else. I think Ethan Hansen and the rest of the field pulled down pit road. I don't think anyone's staying out. Yes, Hansen's in his pit box. Easily going to get passed by the 19 and the 24. So maybe pitting early was the strategy. Hansen's going to be about 6th or 7th. So Hansen's pit crew, he got hurt last week too. He lost 5-6 spots on pit road last week. So the 4 pit crew has been hurting him. So he's going to lose quite a bit of spots here. You can see the 10 is going to be the first member of lap cars in today's race. And he is back in 7th place. 1, 2. So across the stripes, this will finalize what place everyone is in after the pit cycle. And the lap time back under 25 seconds. The 19, the 11 right there. Then it's the 24 in 3rd and 7th place. But running down the 41. Now, some of these guys running their fastest laps of the race. And Stone has hammers all over the bumper of Stone. And should get by the 19 here soon. These are our 2 drivers to watch for, and we have to watch them right now as their battle for the lead. Coming into turns 3 and 4 once again. All over the bumper, but you can't pass on the outside, and the 19 knows that, defending the inside line. 11's trying to go a tiny bit lower to try to stick the edge of his nose in there. He has a run. Is he going to try it in 3 and 4? Not going to be there yet, but he has time. There's still over 30 laps to go in this race. Through turns 1 and 2 once again. Can he get up to the bumper? And Terry Hansen is catching up to them. If you look at that number, that was 2.5 seconds coming out of the pits. And that number's going down, so don't count out the 24. Because these guys battling, trying not to wreck each other, that lets the 24 do its thing. Because the time's going to go down again to 1.7 seconds. And we have another battle on the racetrack for 6th. The 4 and the 41 going at it, trying to get into 6th. The fourth pit crew heard him. He came into the pits in fourth and came out seventh. So the 11 still can't make a move, and the 24 now only a second and a half behind. You can see him getting bigger, and then of course the 10 is leading Lombardo. Slow last week, slow this week. Down through the tri-oval. We are now halfway through the race. 29 out of 59, halfway to 58. Down the back straightaway in turns 3 and 4. They'll hit 160 there. That's about the top speed that they're hitting on this age of tires. The top speed on the track coming down through here, they hit about 163. They can hit 165 on fresh tires. The 24 not much faster that lap. The 4 is still stuck in traffic. Another battle here for 11th. Murphy's pit crew did their job getting her in 25th. And they're about they're about a whole straightaway, half a straightaway from catching lap traffic. And if or when they do. What? What? Okay, be right there. I'll be right back. It's time for Crank It Up. Yeah? Welcome back. And the 10, what did the 10 catch up to? So slow lap times. The 24 lost them. So issues starting here in the 10. The slowest car in the track just ran down the fastest cars in the track. Don't know when that happened, but Laney and Lombardo just got rocket jets on our cars. They must have hit each other, caused contact. Now they are way faster than the 10 again. As the 20 and the 14 gained on them too. And our second pit stops of the race. Pitted on about lap 20. They'll be pitting again soon. We are now just under 2/3 of the way done. We are now past the 2/3 mark. The 19 still leading, but the 11 has been on his bumper this whole green flag run. And now the 24 ran down the 19, or the 10. But look at the 14 there, and then it's the 4 finally got into 6th. And is much faster than these guys who are in traffic. As you can see, the 10. As some guys are pitting. If you pit now, you might not be able to make it to the end. Could be a fuel mileage race. And I think if you didn't pit that lap, next lap, everyone is going to be coming down pit road. Does anyone stay out? Everyone's coming down pit road now. And remember what happened? The guys that pitted the lap late didn't really make it out in time. So a big strategy game for the 19 is he's coming down pit road. He's coming down pit road at the same time as the 11 is pulling out ahead of the 20 by quite a bit. Who beat the 24 off the pits too. One car stayed out, the 21. The 19 getting first set of tires on. He still has time, but not much. And the 11 steamrolls the 19 off the pit. So pitting late, not the strategy. As now it's the 11's race to lose with that big of a gap. But we can't forget about 21, pitting 2 laps late. A lap ahead of everyone else. This is Kelsey Hammer's race to lose now. Back to 7th goes throwing a heartbreak on pit road for him. The pitting early strategy is the way to go. Although the 20 just ran his fastest lap of the race. And the second fastest lap of the race. And the 24 is fast too. So actually the 11 isn't going to be the one putting pressure on the bumper. I think the 20 is going to be getting pressure on the 11. The gap goes down to 0.8 of a second. We have a 3-way battle for 8th here. Side by side. Trying to put the 10 back another lap down. It's going to clear him. And now tries to run down to 5 to get back in the 6th. One-thousandth of a second faster that lap. Very similar speeds, but lap traffic coming up will slow down the 11, especially with how hard it's been to pass today. Here he comes, catching up to the lap traffic. And the 24 in the mirror, not much of a factor. But the 19 is on a mission, 0.2 of a second faster than the leaders. Only car on track running laps in the 24 seconds. That has been a factor in the race today. You can see the gap for the 20 getting smaller. We'll go on the rear bumper cam of the 11 to show you that this gap is not much. That car is not far back. Only about 100 feet. Gap's going to go down to 0.5 second. He is gaining on that traffic, and he is slowing down to avoid it. Look how much bigger this car is going to get coming to the corner. He gains all of his time in the corners. And just outdrives him through the corner. The 20 has a better car, better handling in the corners, and is outdriving the 11. was a sneaky top 10 finisher yesterday at Chicagoland. Trying to get it done. Trying to be the second different winner this year. That 11 is in lap traffic. The 20 is going to get all the way to the bumper now because of that. And this is going to enable the 24, who has no traffic between him and them. That's going to enable him to get down a little bit. Now the 20 just has to drive around the outside. He's faster than the lap cars on the outside. And that's just what he's going to try to do. Can't make it work on this lap. We have less than 10 laps to go now. So if he's going to make it move, he has to do it now. Jeez. It's not going to make it work that time. Actually lose this ground on the 11 a little bit. Who is going to get this first car? If he gets by one car, it's going to make it way harder on the 20. So he needs to they need to double up on the lap cars. Like he's doing right now. And if you can get the 11 pinned down behind a car, he might have a chance. You can see the 19 is flying way faster than everyone else, about half a second. But not enough time. You can see they're going to get a little bit of break in the lap traffic, which is going to make it even harder on the 20. He needs a lap car to get pinned with the 11 so he can drive under both of them. He needs to hang the 11 up on the high side and drive by. This is the closest he's been to him. Way up to the bumper. He has to dive bomb him. Is he going to do it? He has to do it soon. You have to do it quick. You can't wait until you're diving into the corner to do it. You have to be much faster than that. Thought about trying to cross him over going high. There's going to be 5 laps to go next time by, and he's running out of time. You have to go right about there. But he's trying to wait till he gets into the corner when the 11's already down there. Coming to 5 laps to go. The 19 got by the 24 in the third. So after this race, him and the 11 will be the only 2 drivers to finish in the top 3 in both of the races. And there goes the 20. Gets to the inside. Can he make it work, though? 11 on the outside, the 20. Can he clear him into the corner? He's going to clear him, and the 20 has the lead. But now can he drive away from the 11? With how much faster he was in the corner, so I don't think there's any reason that he can't hang on. But here comes the 11. That didn't end it yet. I think if he can get a huge lap here and build that gap to about half a second, which it looks like he's doing right now, he can steal it. J.C. Colagiovanni. And turns 3 and 4, coming to 3 laps to go. Not a massive lead, but it's getting bigger and bigger as the longer we go. The 19's trying to come through all this traffic. And him and the 11 had a huge battle for second last week. And coming to 2 laps to go, with how much faster he is, even in lap traffic, we might have another battle for second. And the 20 is smooth sailing with a half-second lead. First laps he's led all year. Up to 0.6 of a second. 2 laps to go. Now the 19 has no traffic separating him and the 11. He's going to get really close to him with how fast his lap times have been. Yeah, if this race was 70 laps long, this race would be over now. Because there's no he would win. Because there's no traffic between the 3 of them. They're only separated by about a second now. Well, it's only 0.3 to the 11. We know who's winning the race, but can the 19 get close at least? Down into turns 3 and 4. Colagiovanni. Top 10 last week. Said it wasn't good enough. And is going to win at North Carolina. Colagiovanni, first win of the year. Hansen comes home 6th. Terry Hansen with a top 5 after dropping back. And Ashton Murphy is going to get stalled and is going to finish 22nd, but was back in last at one point. 22nd for Ashton Murphy. That concludes the second race of the year, and we'll see you at Bristol next week.